Hey guys, it's Coach, and today I just want to talk to you a little bit about your CCW posture, the next level up. If I'm traveling someplace or going downtown, someplace where potentially you could run into a situation with more than one assailant that you might need some more ammo for. These days, trouble comes in packs, and if there is that possibility, then I want to be prepared. So my next level up is the Sig Sauer 365, because they make a couple different sizes. They make the XL and they make the macro, and each one of these is a little bit bigger. I want to go for the maximum concealability. I want to make it nice and small so that I'm more likely to take it with me. The specs on it, got the spec sheet here. 365 is 9mm. Mag capacities are 10 rounders. If you're living in a restricted state, that's what you're going to be stuck with. But the 12 rounders are not much bigger than this, and they also make a 15-round magazine that sticks down about a little over an inch. So it'll fill your hand a little bit better, but it's gonna stick out some too. 10, 12 rounds should be enough to get the job done. If it's available to you, your 15-rounder should be your reload. That's gonna be what's on your belt or in your pocket, as we'll talk about. So overall, this bad boy is 4.3 inches tall. It's 5.8 inches long and has a width of 1.1 inches. And it's got a 3.1 inch barrel. And it's a nice small package. It's tiny. It disappears whether you have it in your pocket, or I like to carry it 3 o'clock concealed under my clothes, depending on the situation. The grips is just a grip module. I swapped this one out. This is the Sig Sauer one. This will cost you like 40 bucks. Wilson Combat makes a fancier one. Again, still plastic, for about $65. And there are companies out there that make all kinds of, more Gucci ones for you can spend 250 bucks on it if you want, but this is a work gun. This is not something I'm showing off. It's not going on the wall. For the holster, we'll back up and we'll go to the light first, because you can get a holster for this without a light. And then when you put a light on it, you need to get a different holster for the light. I always have a light on it. I chose the TLR-7 sub by Streamlight. This is a 500 lumen light, guys. It is painful to look at. It's not only good for positive IDing your threat, but it's also a deterrent in itself. You flash that light on somebody and it's painful to look at. So you're not just shining a light for somebody to shoot at, you're deterring them from looking at you while you're aiming down your sights at them. All right, so that's my philosophy behind that one. It does stick out a bit. It makes it a little bit larger, but it's the smallest 500 lumen light that I could find, and Streamlight makes some good stuff. Now, to carry this, I got myself this is a Galco for the front pocket, an H129H or a PH286. That's Galco's nomenclature for it. Now, this one was for a different gun, honestly, and I had to rip out some stitching here, but it's been holding out for a few years now, and this bad boy just drops right in there. Completely covers the trigger guard, and they've got these hooks built into the leather. If this is in my pocket and I draw and pull forward, this is going to catch on my pocket and keep the holster inside my pocket. If I draw forward, if I draw back, this hook here, so it all depends on your draw stroke, but it's designed to snag up on your clothes, so that'll keep the holster in your pocket. Now, it's made of horsehide, and the smooth side is on the inside, and the suede, the rough side, is on the outside. So that aids in keeping that in your pocket. That Galco goes for about $94. So it's not cheap, but it's good stuff. If I'm gonna go 3 o'clock, I had this one made at Vedder. It's a nice Kydex. It's smooth, easy dates. This rides up against your body, so you don't get much pinching. You get a little fat roll there, you know what I'm talking about? This one was like 75 bucks, and it's custom made for this gun with this light. And it snaps in there nice and easy. It's inside the waistband, and it carries really small. It's actually pretty cool. And normally I have this one in there because I like having a place for all my fingers with the short mag in there. It's smaller. You might print a little bit less, but that finger has no place to go. So I like having a little something there for my finger to grab onto. Back to the gun, your sights. The sights on this are what they call the X-ray sights. It's a nice bright green dot, and it's got tritium. So it's day, night, and they're really easy to pick up. These are green. I'm not sure if they come in another color, but the green seems to stand out pretty good most of the time. Your mileage may vary, but it works good for my older eyes. Now for your reload, you're going to have your full magazine, obviously, but I like to use a NeoMag. These are little clips, like you clip on a knife, or you clip on your magazine inside your pocket. I usually go to my rear pocket. They've got a couple different styles here. They get your single magnet, and then if you're carrying something that has, if you want more purchase, this is mainly made for Glock magazines because they've got that plastic coating, so it has to go through that to hold on to the metal liner. The double mag ones here are $54, and the single are $49, and you've got two different lengths of clip, so depending on what magazine you're carrying and where you want it to lie in your pocket, whether it's nice and deep or you want it up a little bit, you can make those choices. So check out NeoMag, the website. Yeah, one more thing about the lights, the TLR-7 sub goes for about $150. There is another light, the Foxtrot, that comes from Sig, and that one's about $130, but it's only 100 lumens. It's a lot smaller package, but there's a lot less lumen there. I like to have 400 or 500 lumens at least, because I know that's going to be painful to look at. Ammunition, what do you feed this thing? For training, any kind of 9mm. The cheapest stuff available, burn it down. The more you shoot, the better. The less it costs, the better. And this so far has digested everything I put in it. Steel case, brass, hollow points. It hasn't had any issues with any of those. And that's just training ammo. When it comes to self-defense ammo, what I've got is these Winchester Plus P hollow points. I'm going to be doing some ballistic testing because I've heard what it does, but I want to know. So I'll be doing ballistic testing with this and with some other brands that I have out there. This is just what was available at the time, and I bought a butt ton of it. So that's what I've been using. When it comes down to training, Sig, smart company they are, they made Sig Air 365. This is the Foxtrot light, so it's a nice little package there, just not quite light enough. And got a holster for it, custom made for that bad boy, slips together nice and small. So if you don't mind not having as much light, you can go with something like this because the package is a bit smaller. But this is a BB gun, guys. So you've got it's gas blowback. Put just your regular copper BBs in there, and it runs off of this CO2 cylinders. So when you're talking about training, now you can do dry fire with this all day long. You can get the same grip, same feel, same presentation as what you're going to use for real life. Now, something set up like this, I can train with this in the backyard. And what it gives me is just that little extra. It's not going to be the same recoil, but what it is going to do is it's going to give me an idea of where I'm hitting. I can set up a target out there and I can draw and shoot. One of the best things to do for training with that is you get yourself a shot timer and you set a par time. If you want your draw to be 1.5 seconds, then set it at 1.5 seconds. And when the beep goes, you draw, you squeeze the trigger, and a BB is going to come out, and if it's on that target someplace, an acceptable sight picture, then you're good, right? Now, just doing that dry fire, you just have to trust that your sights were good. Bring it up, present, and be ready to shoot before the beeper goes, and then you can look back and go, okay, yeah, I was on. This is a little more effective, I think. It'll give you a little more feedback. But this is the package that I used to have this one in, was the holster, and who makes this? That's one thing I didn't check. Hang on. I can't see this. Yeah, always have a light on, you guys. This is a Black Point Sig Sauer 365 Lima Foxtrot, inside the waistband right hand. Black Point makes that bad boy for Sig. So there's your training. I've had these for a few years now. Haven't had a problem with anything. This is basically your next level, like I was saying. If you've got an elevated threat level, not too elevated, because then you obviously bring something more. But this is part of that hierarchy that I'm going over. Guys, if you like this content, like, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you're carrying and what ammo you're using. And remember, train hard, stay ready.